Boy, it's been a while since we talked, and my head's getting nervous.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today video is basically, guys, a really useful one that is going to help you get a job in my favorite country, Canada. Everyone is asking me in the comments, Igor, how do I get a job in Canada? Or even better, they're saying, sir, can you get me a job in Canada? I want to come to Canada. I want to work in Canada. But the reality is, I posted that video. Yeah, it didn't have such a nice sound editing. I'm actually experimenting with the sound right now, so even this video might be a little bit awkward for you. But it's not about the quality of this video this time. It's about if you are going to get a job in Canada. So, guys, I have a couple of options for you actually. If you really want to get a job in Canada, this video is going to be very useful, especially if you have watched it until the very end and leave some comments, guys, to ask me more questions. I'm going to have more available time now to answer your questions, and especially in 2020, upcoming year, guys. I'm also about to start a second YouTube channel. I'll probably announce it in my second video after this one. And I also say that if you really want to get a job in Canada, and if you don't want to watch this video, if you find that sound is awkward and you don't want to waste your time because you just want to get a job in Canada, then you just can do it simply by I'm going to be partnering with a group of people who are helping out people get a job in Canada. They do not provide employment, but they do, however, improve your resume. And from the experience of other people have been getting like $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 more per annum, per year. Same kind of qualifications, same kind of skills. They are professionals. They do an excellent job getting your resume done. So right now, my wife, Nitu, is going to be in negotiation with those guys, and we want to bring those guys to this channel. So I'll leave a link in the description of this video whenever the partnership starts. It's also going to be published on my website, igorryltsev.com or .ca, whichever you prefer. Both websites are basically mine. Guys, basically, if you don't want to listen any videos and you had enough of YouTube and you just want to get your resume done and you're willing to pay money, you can go there. Once it's available, it's going to be there, and you can get professionals to do a way better job instead of you wasting your time. But unless you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to waste your money for anything. You want to save your money and you want to do the job yourself because you can do it yourself. Just going to take a lot of effort. Watch this video until the very end, and I would really appreciate if you smash a like button. This video was actually recovered by one of the subscribers on this YouTube channel who said, Igor, why did you take it down? And I took down this video because of the sound quality. That's the reason. So I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you watch it till the end. It was shot in my other studio before I had any sound installation. It was lots of echo. I do apologize for all the inconvenience. If you want me to redo the video in a more fashionable way, I might do that, guys. Okay, let's watch the video together. Did you know that 30% of people search for jobs while they are at work? Just like my subscribers watching this channel from work and saying, hey, don't make the long videos because I'm at work. 70% of people search for jobs from their cell phone. Resumes are no longer a history of your work experience. It's no longer a summary of your skills. And resumes no longer guarantee that you're going to get a job. It's a different time right now. Resume is a marketing tool. It's a service. You're a product and you have to sell yourself. HR managers, they don't want to waste time. They spend literally 10 seconds looking at your resume. And within the first 7 seconds, now this is statistic, that's not something out of my mind, this is there, statistically proven that within the first 7 seconds, if they don't get impressed with what you have on your resume, they're not even going to read through it. And how much can you really read in those 7 to 10 seconds? Another statistical fact is that 8 out of 10 resumes get discarded right away as soon as they're open. So in 10 seconds, if the HR manager doesn't get impressed, they just click the delete and it's gone. If you've been applying for jobs and you were surprised that nobody calls you, nobody looks at your resume, it feels like you're abandoned, probably you haven't impressed the HR manager with that 10-second rule, with that 7 seconds window that you have to impress, like a clickbait basically. Resume is a billboard. It's an advertisement. It's a neon light strip in Vegas for your job in Canada. So make sure it catches attention. I'm about to become a father, so I want to thanks to you guys who went through the description of this video, last video. I will leave another link in the comments and in the description of this video to a baby registry. I'm so grateful for your support, and it's just amazing to have a Canadian-born baby. I'm just excited to become a father real soon, so make sure you go through that link. Now, let's get back to the video. So smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's keep on going. 76% of resumes get discarded due to unprofessional email address, and 88% of resumes get discarded if you include your photo. So make sure you do not include your photo to your resume and your email address is professional. 68% of HR people are going to go through your Facebook page. So you need to be professional on all sources of your social media, be it YouTube, be it Facebook, be it Instagram. Everyone has the access. Now, the tip for you here is you can also look up the HR manager on the Facebook. So don't be drinking naked on the street and posting that picture on your Facebook page if you are searching for jobs. And as well, you know what, if you do that, you might as well make it private so only your friends can see that. Just make sure that that HR manager is not in your friend list by any chance. It's important to know the types of resumes available at our time. Now, you might have heard about the video resumes where people just make a video like me right now talking about their skills and how good they are on their YouTube channel, and you can submit that video to your potential employer. Now, of course, there are some IT people who develop exactly like a website, internet-based resume to, you know, they make it nice. Even some people are making like an animation game to represent your skills, which is kind of a know-how. It's amazing, it's beautiful, but you know what? HR people haven't yet figured out that algorithm, that search engine optimization, that software that they use to go through the resumes without actually reading them. I'll tell you more about that software closer to the end of this video, so make sure you watch it until the end. But the most common one right now is still the paper-based resume, I mean the PDF. Because why I'm saying PDF, it's important to have a PDF because it doesn't really shift the margin. So if you have a Microsoft Word resume, it's not bad, but the HR people, they might not have the advanced version that you have, so when they open it, the margins might shift and it might not look that nice. It might look awful, to be honest with you, depending on how you made it, because the versions of Microsoft Words are different in their computer and their corporate world versus what you have at home. So PDF would be better, plus nobody can change it. Most important things to have on your resume is your name, and it has to be huge, it has to be bold. Your name is your brand. You're trying to sell yourself to a potential employer, as well as contact information. So have your professional email address, have your residential mailing address, and have your phone number, because HR people, they want to contact you. If your resume is amazing, they want to hire you, but if you forgot to put your contact information, hey, you're not getting that job, unfortunately. Very important. No family information. I've seen resumes where people put their family members, no passport information. Never put your passport numbers. Do not put your status in Canada. Do not say on your resume, I need this job because I really love Canada and I want to live in this country, so please, dear employer, sponsor me. I need a visa and I want to live here. For the hiring manager, that's like a red flag, that's a barrier. They understand that they are not immigration officers, they have no idea what you need from them, and they don't want to deal with that. So for them, when they are looking in that 10 seconds and they see that someone is a potential problem, it's easier to hit delete and get someone who has a different status, someone who didn't mention it. So first get a couple of interviews and then you can review your status in Canada. When they're about to give you a job offer, they know they want you, you already sold yourself, they're standing there with the checkbook writing your first paycheck, they're ready to hire you. You say, you know what, it would be cool if you can support me because this is the situation. And then they're more understanding because it's more difficult to say no when they already want to hire you. Now, you have to put your work history. So either your work history or your education. If you don't have any work experience, you just have to put your education and preferably put your marks, put your GPA, put how much, how you scored there, which subjects are related to the work that you're applying for. And, you can even put some projects that you had in university, put some references as professors that taught you and know you. These kind of things. In one of my first jobs in Canada, they actually did call someone from the college, Centennial College, where I studied. So make sure you put that kind of information. That was crucial for me as a Canadian experience, because from Ukraine, they didn't really want to count my work experience in Ukraine, so they would prefer calling someone in university in Canada. So that's what I did for that job. Next thing is, of course, if you have your work experience like I do now, and you do probably, so here you go. Make sure you list not just the skills, not what you did. Don't be like one of those Eastern European guys, like when I'm looking myself in the mirror, saying that I've been on this position, performed these duties, and you're not in the army, you're in the marketing business. You have to put achievements. You increase productivity. You reduce, for example, some failure rate, or you increase the customer success rate, or you increase the quality. You are probably more knowledgeable in whatever your subject is. So list the projects you worked on. If you're in project management, list the projects, the net worth of those projects, the outcome of those projects, and which kind of budgets you handled, how big were your teams, and put more numbers and statistics so that they can refer to some kind of success rate. Don't just say I was a project manager, point. That's not enough. You have to say more. There will be probably 10 other project managers, but you have to stand out. Just like me in this pink t-shirt right now. You're choosing to submit your resume. You have to do a little bit of a market research. Go online, find your profession, get all kinds of examples for your specific occupation. Go online and check those examples and carve your resume towards those kind of examples that are there in the industry for the Western standard resume. Crucial to make the resume simple to read, so people have no trouble understanding what you are saying. It has to be simple, it has to be brief, it has to include numbers. It should be one page only. One page, because people have no time or patience to go through more. The maximum resume is, for example, if you're a really experienced person, is 2 pages. So if you go beyond 2 pages, the rest of the pages, most likely they're not going to be read. Nobody wants to deal with that amount of information. So 1 page is the best, 2 pages is the maximum you want to go on your resume. Use professional font. Choose the right font that makes it, don't use the comic style, if you know what I mean. And of course, guys, use power words. Power words is like success, achievement, trust, something that use Google. Just Google right now, power words of power. Those are the words that they get attached to an emotion, something that triggers your heart towards that word when you're reading. So a reader of your resume has to get emotionally involved, and that's why people use power words for search engine optimization. Same thing applies to your resume, to get people to get connected with you and basically get you the interview that you always want. Check for keywords. Now this might sound funny, you're like, hey Igor, are you going for search engine optimization? Because I do computers, I know this kind of things. Well, here you go. In Canada and all developed countries, big corporations are using software that reads your resumes. They put the information that they have on the application, they put the keywords, and they scan all of the resumes. How the hell do you think someone has the time to go through 500 resumes that they have just received over the period of applications? And probably lots of people deserve to be hired, but how do you get it into a managerial position, that you can actually go and read everything? You just run the software. Basically what they do is just like Google does when they rank your website. They go and they read through all the information. The software does it for them. They find out the match. And when they see 80, 90, 100, like at least 80% matching resume to the criteria of the application that they have, because they don't, for example, they're searching for a plumber and you are an IT developer. They need a journeyman plumber and you're applying for that job. Once they run the software, they're going to say that even if you really want that job, but you're not a journeyman, it's not going to match, okay? It's not going to match with the software. So even if you were, let's say you're searching for computer engineering, whatnot, you're searching for your application, you are submitting, you know you're qualified, you have enough experience, you look at the job description and it matches what you did for past 20 years and you're supposed to get that job. You apply for that job and nobody calls you back. Why is that? Well, the reason is, again, that software might have just deleted your resume because it did not match the keywords. So what you have to do is, and there's a bunch of software, the free ones that you can search in Google, just search in Google, resume matching softwares. What you do is you copy the application that you have, like the job posting that they have on their website, and you copy and paste your resume on the other column, you click and it shows you the matching words, how much percentage of it matches. So what you have to do now from your side is go and see the keywords that they are using, put those keywords into your resume, run the software again and again until you find and until you match it at least to 80% to make sure that your resume doesn't get deleted. Now you have way higher chance to get a job here in Canada, in the US, Australia, New Zealand, all those beautiful developed countries where they're using this kind of software. So once again, first the software deletes everything. Then people read for 10 seconds, and within 7 seconds they decide if they want to keep the resume or they delete it. So there is a tough competition. It's not easy and you have to be ready for it. You just forget to smash that like button. Please do for the YouTube algorithm. Now, as much as we want to talk good things about the employment, and as much as you prepare your resume, you watch this video 10 times and you get yourself prepared. By the way, if you want me to make a video on the interview itself, how to provide, how to make that first impression to get yourself a job, because I'm really good at it, thanks to YouTube, of course. I'll give you some tips how I do it to stay calm and confident. But right now I want to say something more important, that sometimes your resume can be perfect. Sometimes it can be matching and everything should be good. But there are some external factors that are beyond your control that can screw things up and slow you down, such as economy, and of course the company might decide to cancel that position, not hire anyone, or they might just, not even look at your resume by mistake because they just found the right candidate even before they got to your resume. So it's not your fault all the time. But what you can do is make sure when they do look at your resume, you get that call. You stay with that small percentage of people who get the invitation for the interview, and it's a lot of money if you get the right job. The other thing is, of course, networking. What is that? Networking. Why is everyone using that word? Well, it's another word for corruption. In my personal opinion, that's corruption. Because, okay, situation. Check this out. Hiring manager, his boss, and position they are hiring for. The boss goes to the hiring manager, says, I need a man or a woman to do this job, hire me someone. Hiring manager, no problem. LinkedIn indeed starts sending out, the job postings and starts doing their job, getting the resumes. All of a sudden, there is one person, individual, who knows that manager who is hiring for himself recommends that another person to this guy. Now, this guy goes to the hiring manager and says, I have a person. I would like you to have a look at that person. Let's say you're a hiring manager and your boss shows up to you and says, hey, he first gives you a task, hire me a person. Then he shows up with the person. He says, I have a person. Take a look at him. What would you do? Well, naturally, we are all human beings. What you're going to probably say is, okay, you know what? Let's work for me. You got a person? I'll look at him. If he's even close match, I'll say no problem. Even if I had better candidates, the boss just showed up to you and said that they have a better person. You're bringing in the person gets a job, and other resumes gets rejected because they filled the position. And there's like 70% of positions get filled like that internally, through networking, through connections, through corruption. So don't be disappointed. But when the opportunity comes to you to get into a big company, and it's a lot of money, if you sharp up your resume and that job that you want to get can get you so much of more money that you're making right now, that it's 100% worth carving your resume every moment of you watching this video, every moment of you doing a research about the company, every moment of you preparing for your interview. It's worth it for you because you are going to get paid eventually, and it's your business. It's your business, your family, your future. Right, guys, this is how you find a job in Canada. It's not too complicated. It just takes a little bit of effort. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. By the way, if you want to watch the, let me stand somewhere in the middle so I can write. If you want to subscribe to this channel, subscribe over here. If you want to watch a video about top 10 easiest jobs to get in Canada, it's just over here. And if you want to visit my website where the links are going to be available for you to find your job, just go over here, click on the link, visit my website. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.